Hello world, Krista here with Books and Jams, and I'm sitting in front of a bookshelf that you don't normally see. But I'm playing around with different spots to film in my apartment, and I thought I'd try this one. So I'm sitting on the floor in front of one of my lower bookshelves in my living room. Today I have for you a book haul. If you watched my 2017 reading goals video, then you will know that one of my challenges for myself this year is to see how long I can go without buying books. Well, folks, I've made it 13 days. I bought a book on the 13th. Let me start with showing you those, and then I have a book outlet unboxing from Boxing Day, and my Book of the Month Club also came. So I'm going to show you those as well. I went to a thrift store with a friend of mine the other day and was very proud of myself. In the first thrift store that we went to, I looked at the books and I saw a lot that would be very nice on my shelves, and I said no, and I walked away from the books. But then we went to another thrift store, and I believe all their books were only 50 cents or $1, which is even cheaper than the first bookstore that we went to. So I did pick up one book from that store, and it's Girl at War by Sarah Novick. This book is set during Yugoslavia's civil war in the early 1990s, and it's set in Croatia, and it's about a young girl, so it's a coming-of-age story. There's two different timelines of this girl remembering what life was like in Croatia, and then she moves to America, and I believe she ends up going back to Croatia later in her life. A long time ago, I had a roommate who was from Croatia, so this is very special to me because it reminds me of my friend Vanya, and I was actually able to travel to Bosnia a number of years ago, so I love this part of the world, and the history there is heartbreaking, and this book just appealed to me, you know, my historical fiction love. So I picked up Girl at War. Couldn't resist for a buck. Hardcover, beautiful copy. Hope it's good. We shall see. I went to the library to pick up a book that I had on hold, and I grabbed two more of these Agatha Christie's that are in the same edition as the ones that I picked up from the library sale this summer, only these were $1 cheaper, so they were only $1 each instead of $2 each, which, I mean, come on, you can't really resist. So I have The Body in the Library, which is a Miss Marple mystery, and Cat Among the Pigeons, which is a Hercule Poirot mystery. So I read Hercule Poirot's Christmas at Christmas time, and now I have another one, and I'm excited that these will look lovely next to my other Agatha Christie's on my shelf. So only 3 books, $3 spent. That's not too bad. The rest that I have to show you are unboxings, which I've already paid for, so I didn't buy them in the new year. I'm just showing them to you now because it might hopefully be a long time before I have another book haul. I'm going to start with the Book of the Month Club unboxing, and I will put a link down below to Book of the Month Club. This is a fantastic book subscription if you don't care too much about the tchotchke stuff that comes along with the books in so many of the subscriptions, and also if you like to choose your own book. So there are 5 judges. Each judge chooses a book each month, and you get to pick which one that you'd like. I think they often have a little goodie that comes with their books, but it's not usually a book, and this month it is, and it is The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, which is a very, very short story, and I don't really actually know anything about it, and that's okay because Gillian Flynn writes thrillers. I would like to read it without knowing anything. This is the Book of the Month edition of it. It says on the bottom, a special gift from Book of the Month Club. Fun. That's a nice little bonus. Thank you, Book of the Month Club. The book that I chose this month is The Most Dangerous Place on Earth by Lindsay Lee Johnson. And this is a book set in high school, and it's about this group of children or young people who experience something tragic during middle school. There's a new teacher who comes to the school who tries to connect with these kids, but she doesn't really know what happened, so she is having a difficult time with that. So it's just a drama set during high school, which could be good and it could be really bad. I don't know, but it sounded good to me, so I picked it up. Now on to the fun stuff. On Boxing Day, Book Outlet had a fantastic sale, and of course I had to get some stuff. So here are the things that I got, and I already opened it because I just started talking about all of them when I realized that my camera was not recording. So it's already open, all the paper is out of the way, so let's just jump right in. I picked up this box set of Morgan Matson books called Detours, Do-Overs, and Dares, and it has 3 of her books in it, and I've never read any of them, but it has Since You've Been Gone, Second Chance Summer, and Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. I know they're super popular on BookTube. If you've read any of them and you have a preference as to which one you think I would enjoy the most, or which one you enjoyed the most, please let me know. Also in this box, I have 2 books that are for my work. I work with children at my church, and so I grabbed 2 books called Onboard. So there's Onboard Adventure, which is 70 seriously fun activities for kids and their families, and Onboard Games, which is serious fun for everyone. So I'm a big game girl. I love games, and this just looks like a lot of fun the way that it's set up. This is the games one, and the adventure one is set up very similarly. So I think this will be great, give me ideas to give to parents and also ideas for activities that I can hold at church. It's Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. So I'm excited to give her a try because I've never read anything by that author before. The next book that I have here has a lot of mixed reviews. Actually, most people that I know didn't like it, but there are a few people that I love their opinion who really enjoyed it. And that is The Nest by Cynthia Deprix Sweeney. And I know this is a family saga. I believe the father dies and the children have a hard time distributing the inheritance and things like that. So family drama is right up my alley, but and the cover is simply gorgeous. If you can see a little bit of the sparkle reflecting from my lights, it's really beautiful. Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvel is another one that has had some mixed reviews on BookTube, so I'm curious as to what I think about it. I love this cover. Underneath there's kind of a picture window here, and there's a hand printed onto the hardcover, which is really kind of cool. But this one, I believe, is about a girl who falls into a hole and lands on this mechanical hand. So I'm not sure if it's some kind of a robot or old machinery or what, but I think it's a bit science fiction-y, so it probably is some kind of a robot-y alien type thing. I'm not really sure. Sounds intriguing to me though, and I'm looking forward to reading it. The next book that I grabbed is Howl's Moving Castle, written by Diana Wynne Jones, and this is a middle grade fantasy. It's about a girl named Sophie who somehow gets turned into an old lady by a witch. I don't know that much more about it than that, but I do know that it is a movie, so it will be interesting to read this and then watch the movie. That's one of my favorite things. Last 4 books that I have here are not ones that I've heard about on BookTube at all, so I'm very excited to read them. At the end of 2016, as I was going through all of my books, I really realized almost everything that I read last year was something that I had heard about from BookTube. And that's exciting because it introduced me to so many new books, but at the same time, I used to read a lot of books that I had heard nothing about before and discover for myself new authors and new books, and I miss that. So I'm looking forward to reading some books this year that I have not heard about at all on BookTube, and I have a lot of those on my shelves, and I just picked up a couple more. So then I can hopefully introduce you to some new authors and some new books as well. So I have here another middle grade book called The Wollstonecraft Detective Agency, The Case of the Missing Moonstone. And that just looked like a lot of fun. I have a goddaughter who's in 3rd grade, so I'm also always looking for books that I can send to her because, you know, I like to send books to people. This next one sounds like some kind of dystopian or fantasy. It's called Birthmarked, and it's written by Kara M. O'Brien. Beautiful cover. And the tagline on the front says, "Those marked with a code will determine the future. One marked by a scar will unravel the past." I'll have to let you know what I think about that one. I picked up a very small book. I didn't realize it was going to be so small. It's called Amanda Miranda. So this is about a girl named Mary Cook. The book starts out with her getting a job with Amanda, and everyone is always talking about how much they look alike, and Amanda starts to use that to her own cruel purposes. So she renames Mary Miranda and starts to use her and the fact that they look alike to mess with the people around them, I think, and play games with some of the men, and somehow they both end up boarding the Titanic. So it is a bit of a historical fiction mixed in there as well, with some mystery and some fun and some cruel intentions, and it is super short, so it should only take me a day or so to read, but it just sounded like a little bit of fun, and I grabbed it. Last but not least, or maybe least, is 26 Kisses by Anna Michaels. And this just seems like a fun, lighthearted contemporary about a girl who is dumped by her boyfriend and puts herself on this quest to kiss 26 boys. To kiss 26 boys who each have a name that begins with the next letter of the alphabet. So Veda goes on this quest to kiss these boys. She has rules about what qualifies as a kiss that can mark off one of the names, but it just sounds like a silly, fun, palate-cleansing read in between some of the heavier books that I am interested in reading over the next few months. Yay.
There you have it. Oh yeah, I did it. Except I'm blocking all my light. I'm glowing.
There you have it. Those are all the books from my last haul in a while, hopefully. Book Outlet came in, Book of the Month Club, and 3 purchases so far in January. I hope that you guys are all having a great day, and I look forward to chatting with you down in the comments. Again, let me know which Morgan Matson book I should start with out of the trio of those, and let me know if you've read any of the other of these and what you think of them. And are you a Book of the Month Club subscriber? Which book did you get in January? I would love to hear about it down below. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye!